Good morning, students. May God bless you all. Today we are continuing with the second part of first lesson, Safety and First Aid. In the last video, we discussed how accidents take place and how can we prevent accidents by following certain safety rules at different places. We also learned about first aid. What is first aid? First aid is the immediate help given to an injured or sick person. The main aim of first aid is to save life. Children, now in this video you will learn about different first aids that can be given in conditions like cuts and scratches, broken bones, sprains, animal bites, nosebleed, burns, etc. Starting with cuts and scratches. You must wash your hands well before you help the injured person. This will get rid of germs which can enter the body through cuts and wounds and cause infection. If the cut or scratch is small, wash it with soap and plenty of water. Dry the wound and apply antiseptic cream. Antiseptic means a substance that prevents the growth of germs. Then cover the wound with a clean plaster or bandage. If the wound does not stop bleeding, a bandage or strip of cloth called a tourniquet is used to cut off the flow of blood from the heart to the wound. It is wrapped firmly 2 or 3 times above the wound and knotted. The doctor may also decide to give an injection to the injured person to prevent a dangerous disease called tetanus. In the case of deep cut, there is a danger of getting this disease, tetanus. Now let's see what first aid can be given for broken bones. A bad accident can cause a bone to crack or break. This is called a fracture. The only first aid you can give for a fracture is to make sure that the part of the body where there seems to be a fracture is not moved. If the fracture is in the arm or hand, a sling made of cloth will prevent movement. If the fracture is in a limb, strapping splints to the injured limb will prevent further damage by preventing movement. Splint is a piece of metal, plastic or wood that is used to support a broken bone. For sprains, sometimes a joint such as the ankle or wrist can get twisted while playing or doing any work. The joint swells up and is very painful. This is called a sprain. Ice packs may be placed on the sprained area to decrease the swelling. An elastic bandage wrapped around the joint gives support and prevents movement. For animal bites, the bites of animals such as dogs, monkeys, cats and bats can be dangerous. The mouths of all animals contain germs and the saliva can cause infection. The bites of some animals such as dogs, bats and so on can lead to infection with a serious disease called rabies. We must wash the bitten area well with the soap and water. This will wash off the saliva. Then call the doctor. Injections to prevent rabies may be necessary. If a venomous snake such as cobra bites a person, the venom spreads through the blood. Try not to move the person too much. Keep the bitten part of the body in a lower position than the heart. Take the patient to a hospital as soon as possible so that an anti-venom injection can be given. In the case of a bee sting, remove the stinger carefully as soon as you can. Wash the affected area with cool water and soap. You can also use an ice pack to bring down the swelling. First aid for nosebleeds. Nosebleeds occur quite frequently during the summer months. Ask victim to sit up straight and lean slightly forward and pinch nostril between thumb and forefinger for about 10 minutes. Ask to breathe through the mouth and wait till the bleeding stops. We can also prepare an ice pack by wrapping ice cubes in a cloth and crushing the ice. Apply the ice pack on the nose. This will also reduce bleeding. For burns. Burns are injuries caused by fire, hot objects, boiling water, steam, firecrackers, and some chemicals such as acids. Burns can be minor or serious. Only very minor burns can be treated at home. How can you identify minor burns? A minor burn causes redness of the skin. No blisters are formed. Wash the area with lots of cool water for several minutes. If the pain continues, apply a damp cloth over the burn. In more severe burns, the skin becomes red and blisters form. Do not allow the blisters to break because they can get infected. If the blisters do break, wash the area with mild soap and water, apply antibiotic cream and cover with a loose bandage. Blister is a bubble formed on the skin due to damage. Antibiotic is a medicine that stops the growth of germs or kills the germs. Fire can destroy many things and kill people when it is out of control. Fires occur in homes mainly due to carelessness in the kitchen, especially with kerosene stoves or LPG, and defective electrical equipment or loose wires. To prevent a fire, we must follow these simple safety rules. After using a matchstick, make sure that it is fully extinguished before throwing it away. Store kerosene in airtight cans away from fire and heat. Do not wear clothes made of synthetic fabrics in the kitchen. You must wear cotton or woolen clothes while working in the kitchen. Never keep a lighted kerosene stove on the floor. It can be knocked over and the fire can spread easily. Make sure that the gas stove is switched off when not in use. Never light firecrackers by yourself. Even adults should be very careful. Do not light rockets. There are many methods of putting out fires. Most of them work by cutting off the supply of air to the fire. Fire extinguishers are devices used to put out fires. They contain chemicals that usually give out either carbon dioxide or some other gas or foam. The gas or foam surrounds the fire and puts it out by cutting off the supply of air. If paper or wood is on fire, throwing sand on it cuts off the supply of air and extinguishes the fire. Throwing water on such a fire cools the burning substance and cuts off the supply of air. In the case of kerosene or petrol fire, throwing sand on it cuts off the supply of fire. Water should not be used on such fires since kerosene and petrol float on water and help to spread the fire further. A foam fire extinguisher is very effective in this case. Fire caused by electricity are the most difficult to control. Water should never be used on these fires as there is a danger of electric shock. Throwing sand on an electric fire is effective. There are special fire extinguishers to extinguish electrical fires. If a person's cloth catch fires, throw water on them to put out the fire. If water is not available, wrap the person in a blanket, coat or curtain to put out the fire. In the case of a major fire, call the nearest fire station. The number to call is 101. Firefighters will come to put out the fire. Thank you.